Hey YouTube, this is Kevin,
And Ian.
and we have a special guest.
Hey guys, it's Jimmy.
Alright, we're going to be doing our Let's Play video of Shogun, our continuation of it. We are on episode 4, am I right?
Yep,
episode 4.
4.
Last time when we left off, we took over the Oda region over here, and we were planning on making a circular motion, pretty much conquering this around the provinces around this mountain.
Yep. Create a little nation.
We were stopped by this because we're at peace with them. So
yeah, we kind of need to check out who is at peace with who and not create a dominoes of death.
Yeah, exactly. So I am going to hand it off to Ian, and we're going to go ahead and start.
Cool. Sounds good. Let's do it. All right. So, what would be your first suggested move?
You see, it looks like your Ori, the city that you're in right now is burning. It might be some.
Yeah, I think we have repairs going. I believe.
Yeah, it looks
yes,
like you do.
One
okay.
turn remaining left before we fixed all that up.
And I guess
then we
some
have
units, maybe?
we have our where's our Metsuke? Where's he hanging out? Can we
he's
use
in
him as
our
a scout?
capital.
Should we keep him here?
Actually move him to the city because that way he can get more experience that way. That's a good idea.
Overseas settlement. So he's gone to do that.
Yeah.
We should just need to kind of update ourselves here. It's been a long while. So right now, we've got a real small, beat-up force here in our city.
My fault. But we won.
The remainders of our valiant defense.
But we won.
Yes, we did.
That's all that matters.
And now our next goal. These are kind of our overlords. We actually are considered. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't even remember right now. We're basically vassals, if you will, of these guys. That own us. That will not happen. We will rebel in a glorious revolution, blood and fire. Take them out. We're just kind of have to come up with our next best move, get organized, and figure out who is who here. Because the thing is with this game, and with many Total War games, but especially Shogun, because everything's so smashed together, that if you declare war on one person and they have 3 friends, you're all of a sudden you're at war with 3 or 4 different clans.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
So we need to figure out before we make any moves who we have and who. So we're looking at
it's almost kind of like a Game of Thrones feel, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you mess with one house, you kind of mess with everyone.
We're looking at Saito here. They own this area that we kind of want to move into, this Mino province.
So is Mino a protectorate? Because it looks like it's a white region, or does that mean?
I believe it's.
It's like a white region. What does that mean?
Well, most of the time, I think it's their feelings towards you. It's like green is like allied, white is allied or neutral, and red is like the deeper, darker red it is, the worse it gets.
Okay, so with that said, do you want to go south instead of going north? Because
we could attack our little overlords here. The Imagawa I believe they have
red clan next to you to the left side of the Ari right now. You see that red
right
region?
Here?
Yeah.
The Kitibatake.
They're already
unfriendly.
Yeah, unfriendly.
They are feeble in power.
Hey, there you go.
Feeble, meager, and unfriendly. Sounds like we should probably slow
easy prey.
And okay, so let's why don't we kind of consider that our next move then? So
strategy change.
We need some we will do this eventually, but the Imagawa they have these two they have these 2 towns. I would like to move on them at some point. Just because the more powerful we get, the less friendly pretty much everyone else gets.
Oh yeah, of course.
We have our flank totally, this is our capital city and they're right here. So we're going to watch them. But we will move over there shortly. We just really we're in the early stages, so everything's still very delicate.
No, yeah.
So I'm brand new to this game. I've never played it before. So what's our ultimate goal? To become the ultimate power? Or
basically, yeah. So
everything?
What has happened here, they kind of set up in the beginning with Japan, it was united under a shogun, a single general. It's almost like a king, basically. We're looking at medieval Europe, very similar. But the different clans that have been brought together have since grown in power, and at this time in history, they kind of broke apart, and there was a lot of civil war going on. So basically, the period we're in is just really pretty simple, straightforward. Everyone's out for themselves, and it's strongest survives. Allying up, then just to turn around and kill them later.
Yeah,
when it's convenient. So, yeah, very imperial, very just strategic of like where are we going to be, who's going to be fighting, and trying to become the ultimate
So it's got a lot
power.
of politics in it too.
Oh yeah. Trade, diplomacy,
religion too.
Religion.
Actually, we have to.
The white people will show up eventually.
and fuck everything up like I always do.
They'll give you guns, which are really useful.
Yeah,
but they also start spreading Christianity. So then you have people who are not Christians, and you have these different religions, and then you can cause unrest in your city. And
there's revolts.
So cool.
So that's why we have to consider what do we want to do right now as in regards to religion. Do we want to go Christianity and get help from the West, or do we want to stay true to our culture and fight off the Christian rebels? I personally had a lot of problems against the Christian rebels because they would come up out of nowhere for unprotected regions. I'm like, crap, I have to send my army there. There was just more of an annoyance. I always beat them, but they were more of an annoyance.
I feel like if our goal is to become the ultimate power, then we probably should embrace
Christianity
and all the
Western.
I mean, if we're going, and you and I were saying we're sort of going for a realistic outcome.
That's true.
And the samurai did fall at the muzzle of muskets.
Yeah, and muskets make the game way easier.
Oh man, you just line them up and just mow them down.
Yeah. So are we currently now nobodies?
Yeah,
we're less than nobodies.
Yeah.
Okay. So and you can start the game. There's multiple factions all along, and others are much more powerful than others. We decided to go with the Tokugawa because they were the actual family to do it.
Oh,
they were the last shogunate, so we kind of sticking with history.
That's really cool.
They didn't really go out and carve a huge. Realistically, everyone killed each other, and they were like, "Oh, okay," and then they just kind of took over.
Yeah.
But that's not where we're going to go through and kill everyone. So,
but
they were the last shogunate, and they did employ Western means with the muskets and the technology and that whole thing. And there's an expansion out for that too, which looks pretty awesome.
So let's. I think we're done for this time.
Yeah, there's really not a whole lot we can do. We were just kind of talking, setting everything up, and bringing Jimmy up to date of what we've done so far. Mm-hmm. We only started out with this one province. And we're protectorates. They are kind of our overlords.
Yeah.
And then these guys were coming to attack us right off the bat. We held them off and then counterattacked and took their city. So that's what we've done so far.
Okay.
And so basically how this works, we have all these different, there's 3 tabs, army, so you currently have recruitment, you have the amount of food and money and taxes that all come in, and then that's how you recruit different, right now these are just Yari, so they're not samurai. Just basic foot soldiers. And then you can build farms and docks and pastures and all these different buildings that do various
since we aren't going with the power, let's go ahead and build a dock so we can start getting
very good idea. We'll go ahead and get that dock going.
Nice.
So we have these 2 things being built in our capital.
Yes.
And then once we get this repaired, we'll start building things in there. So I think that's it for our turn. Have not much to do. So we'll end turn, and then all the other, these are all the other clans in Japan right now. A lot of them. Good thing. Mounting unrest.
That's the region that we just captured.
Yeah, and this happens a lot.
It's mostly taxation.
Right, exactly. Which is
cool thing about this is you can control taxes just by one button. In previous games, it was just more of like, look at our tax.
It was each city. Yeah, we gotta take it down.
Yeah, take it down.
Because what we did earlier is we raised it, and they were still happy.
Yeah.
And then so now we can just go to normal, and everyone thinks that's low.
Yeah,
kind of tricks them all.
Just like real politics.
Just like real politics.
Normal taxation is low now.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's so much lower. It's actually exactly what we need. Before we were just being greedy assholes. But it really does. It's all. This is a pretty simple version of Total War.
Yeah.
It's very rock paper scissors, both in military battles, but even here. You need money and an army and food to build armies, and you just have to keep going. And the more you conquer, the harder it gets, but it's also like that constant sustaining, it becomes addicting because you need it. Yeah. You're stretched out too thin, you take another city, and all of a sudden you have a bunch more money and food.
Yeah, exactly.
So it just kind of keeps you going. So our city here, Owari, has been completely repaired. Now, would you want to keep this to being a town or a castle?
Oh, okay. So
this is already a castle,
I actually read up on this.
This
is the thing with this. You don't want anything other outside of your major city. You don't want to increase the town size because it gets really expensive.
Too expensive.
So
just the main big cities that you have,
like choke points.
Okay.
So this guy, I wouldn't say this this town wouldn't be a really choke point because you have your main city can back him up
Our
really
capital,
easily.
yeah, okay.
So I would say just leave it as it is. Maybe that harbor or that dock we might want a trading post. Yeah, upgrade.
Right now we have over 7,000.
Yeah, you think so?
We're making about 2,300 a turn. Trading port. I mean, it's only going to pay itself back in time. I would.
Yeah, I'd say do it. And
go back over to our. Now, this one we do want to continue.
Yeah, we do want to go ahead and continue this because we can't trust our factory for now, anyway.
Yeah, we'll turn on them hopefully first, but we have these other things built here all the way through.
And do we want to make any more units in that Ari?
We should, we should start kind of rebuilding our there. Because right now we do have kind of a full complement of spearmen. Yeah. So probably another? We can do samurai.
We can do samurai.
They're very expensive, but we do need another samurai unit at some point.
We do.
Should we bolster first, or should we go for them?
Let's do the samurai first, because just in case anyone turns on us, we will have samurai in town.
Right.
So.
Absolutely.
But
we'll definitely need some more archers too.
We'll definitely need to get some more archers. Sure. But for now, I think we're good. Again, it's these first couple turns that you're gonna be playing.
They're pretty
really
quick. Yeah.
Because you're only controlling 2 regions. It gets crazy when you start owning larger and larger portions of Japan.
Yeah.
Micromanage everything.
Exactly. Of course.
Absolutely. No, exactly. I for one did get a little confused, but it helps to. If you see there down there in the bottom left corner, you can click. There's arrows next to your portrait of your castles. You can click them and it takes you to your regions. Exactly. It definitely helps you out.
And just for posterity's sake, we have nothing in here. I'm just gonna build archers here, just so we have some archers in our capital.
Yeah, definitely.
Just on principle alone. I think that's good.
Oh, wait. Let me see here. There's a region that to the north of us, the Mino just turned hostile. Is that red? Because they're hostile now?
Well, I believe that's the owner. The blue owner's colors is Saito.
Oh, okay, they're red.
So if we go to diplomacy here, it won't show that.
Okay, they're still friendly.
They're actually friendly.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, and white is what we control.
Okay. I just assumed that. I was like, did they just turn hostile?
Yeah. So when the map on the game is just the colors representing the red flower here. But sense. On diplomacy, it's so. And what the reason that this is showing white is because I was clicking on them and it's not showing their perspective. They own only this area.
Okay. Right.
And then here's Kiso, and then they own. So this, and it's showing how the rest of Japan feels toward each one of these. So when I click on us. There, it's showing.
Okay, cool.
So the Saito and the Kiso are actually friendly with us right now, so we'll have to turn.
Our protector, we have no feelings towards our protector.
No, they don't seem to.
They're just kind of there.
Well, it's because it's because we aren't allowed to have feelings. we're just their bitches.
One of those nations or whatever did not
like each other.
No one liked them.
This one to the left. This one to the left that we're going to conquer. Yeah, look at all of them.
Yeah,
don't
Kiso.
Like
everyone hates the Kiso for some reason. I don't know what's with that, but yeah. All right, so we are. I think that's about it. I did just hit save, so we'll go ahead and move on.
Cool. Turns get longer too during later in the game because you have to. I have them so that I could see each of the other clans move.
I always have it that way too.
So you can help. You know where they're moving.
We can go into options, right?
You can go into the options and turn that off if you want to, but I wouldn't recommend it.
No?
It helps. It has strategy to it.
This is a turn-based game?
Yep.
It is, and then it's not at the same time because when you get into the RTS element to it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Combat is purely live action between you get thousands of soldiers that are fighting. You can zoom up and they're all.
Yeah, the campaign itself is turn-based.
The campaign is turn-based, yeah. So they split the game in half. It's really 2 games in one.
Cool.
It takes everything that I wanted because I remember when I'm playing Age of Empires as a kid, I always liked it, but I was like, I want more than 30 guys fighting each other on screen.
Yeah,
this does it. You can have thousands and thousands, depending on the power of your PC.
And the cool element is I played online. I'll go ahead and continue your turn, but I'm just gonna go ahead and talk in the background. The cool thing online is you can do an online campaign. Say, for example, Ian got this game later on down the road, and we wanted to do our campaign. We can do a dual campaign where we create an alliance between us, and we try to conquer all of Japan, and then later on, if we decide to fight each other at that point.
That's super cool.
Yeah, it's really awesome. It makes it so much more fun because you're actually interacting with another person, You're like, hey, can you send your army this way to help me out with this battle? Or so on and so forth. So it has a lot of elements of strategy.
That's so cool.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna build horse breeders.
Okay.
We need cavalry.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be worth it.
the thing with the cavalries, from my experience, I didn't really have much use for him.
Yeah.
Because the reason is
because they didn't have like a lot of heavy armored cavalry.
That and there's not really a lot of open field battles because Japan
true.
is so small and congested. You're just basically moving from castle to castle. That's what, from my experience, anyways. I didn't really have too many of the battles I fought. Maybe 25% of them were open field battles.
I did like a lot. Yeah. The only cavalry unit that when I did the little I got to play this, the only cavalry unit I ever really got to use and felt like it was worthy. Later on, you get some archers.
Yeah, the archers on horseback.
Oh my gosh! You just put them in a skirmish mode, and they'll just skiff across the front lines, but they won't engage, so that the infantry can never catch them. Yeah, you can just destroy units. But yeah, you're right. That it's really not like medieval or Rome, where you have these big shock, heavy armored cavalry that like crash into people. The samurai are much more about
elegant
infantry
and speed and
just
agility.
Pure infantry based.
So, which Total War game is considered to be the best one?
Just depends on
it's really like people's preferences. This is one of the highest rated ones because they did simplify things.
Yeah.
And the thing is, too, Sega, which is the publisher, has a bad rap of rushing them out, and they don't do well in the beginning, but then they become loved later. Empire is a great example of that. It was totally panned at release. It was just awful. It was too big. It was buggy. It was just a mess. But years later, it's now regarded as a really. It's a lot of fun, and it runs smooth as butter.
Which one's your favorite?
Me, I do like Empire. You know me. I love the British history, and it's like it's colonial, and it's just huge. You go from like the Americas to the Caribbeans and Europe and India, and you're like managing this global empire. That's pretty cool. And I haven't gotten to play Rome 2 because my PC doesn't work. So I'm about to build a PC and I'm going to play Rome 2 like crazy.
Oh my god. If anyone from Sega or Total War is watching this video, please make a Chinese Total War.
Chinese would be really cool.
Like the whole like
the dynasty.
Yeah, the
Ming dynasty.
Yeah, just conquering all of the
Mongolians.
provinces and dude, wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, that'd be
they've
fantastic.
Done everything except for that.
That'd be really fantastic.
That'd be so cool. If any of you guys are watching that, please petition them to do that, please. Because my favorite would be this game, Shogun 2. I enjoy this. Even though I played Rome Total War, the first one.
I love the original Rome is fantastic.
Yeah, I played that so much. I do like that. It has a dear place in my heart, but I just like this whole culture, the samurai and the Japanese.
Absolutely.
I find it fun. Oh, we got our Yari Samurai.
Yari.
Nice, and we did not get attacked.
No, I know. We're doing that because we haven't been doing much. I think it's kind of being ignored.
Building up.
So these are samurai. Now, there's different kinds of... You have swordsmen, spearmen, archers, just like anything else, but they're way elite. Like, if you were playing as the Greeks, you'd get a Spartan instead of just a regular hoplite.
The samurai are knight equivalent to me.
And every Total War has that, has those different kind of rankings of soldiers. Like, in Empire, I would have, like, really high-ranked infantry. It's just ridiculous. They just wouldn't run. You just keep shooting at them.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Is this game strictly in Japan, or do you go...
This one is. The different games are just different. They're always based on time period.
Okay.
So, like, Rome Total War is the entire... It's basically from Britain all the way south and to the right, all the way south and all the way down to Baghdad, all the Roman Empire. So it just depends on where you are, what game you have. So I'm going to continue to haven't gotten too much done just because we're kind of in a lull stage right now. We're just rebuilding, we're developing infrastructure, things like that. So it's kind of a slow part of the game right now, and we're kind of talking through each step, so it's going a little bit slower. I'm going to start speeding up a bit. And just right now, we're still just building this army.
Yeah. So we want to get some archers queued up there. Do you have?
Yep, I have one of each right now. Because you know what, I want to do more.
Let's do one more archer.
We have a lot of spearmen already. So.
Do you want to build anything at our hometown?
That's what I wanted to check out here. We're one turn away from upgrading to the stronghold, and we have a rice exchange.
Do we want to do roads? So
post roads and stations. Move units quicker and trade goes quicker.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we have to, now that we have all that, we have to watch our money from now on.
Yeah.
Because we did spend quite a bit.
Yep.
But let's
go ahead and spend money to make money.
Right. Let's go ahead and save and end the episode here, and then we'll go ahead and continue and go on to episode 5.
Yes. Episode 5 should be a little bit more eventful. Yeah. We should be able to build up our army And I think we're going to head down here now, actually, and create this coastline as our. We will do this eventually, but these guys already hate us, and they're meager and feeble. So
yeah, I promise we'll attack somebody next episode.
Cool stuff. I won't hold us back with more questions.
Yeah.
no worries.
All right, so we'll go ahead and end it now, and we will start episode 5 very soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff.
You know the drill.
And yeah, cool. Thanks again. See you guys later.